Alex, Jonathan Alexis.
Okay. She did not make it.
This is Brittany Nicole Delgado, a young mother who appeared completely normal on the surface. But what happened inside her home would later raise questions no one expected.
What's going on?
I'm claustrophobic. I'm trying to put my mind in something
Oh, I'm
else.
sorry. Okay. Hopefully I give you a distraction, okay? We'll just have a good conversation and hopefully I get your mind off of it, all right? I know we spoke at your house, and I just spoke with Pedro, okay? That's where I've been for the last while. And I just want to go back over what we talked about because I know when I met you, you were very upset and a lot going through your mind, you know, stuff like that. So I just want to kind of go back over what we talked about and then just ask you some questions, okay? So,
Because I do remember a little bit more from what I told you.
okay, all right, hold on just a second, okay, before we get into that. So, you're not under arrest at this time, okay? I don't want you to think that. But because you are up here being interviewed and, you know, you're up here with us with the sheriff's office, my policy is I got to read Miranda rights to you, okay? Just so you know what your rights are, all right? It's just a standard procedure, okay?
My rights are, I already know.
You already know them? Okay.
I already know my Miranda rights, but I know
Great.
you have to go by.
That's great. So I'm going to read it to you anyway.
I have family that works with law enforcement. So.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to read these to you and just make sure you understand. If you have any questions, I'll answer those for you too, okay? All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer at this time and have a lawyer present with you during questioning. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any question or make any statement. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Are you willing to talk to me about what happened today?
Yeah, my foster parents were the ones that were kind of iffy if we needed lawyers, but I said I don't think. I said we're not being arrested, so.
You have foster parents, is that what you said? And you're how old?
I was 27.
You ain't got no foster parents, you're an adult.
I've had them since I was young, and we still keep in contact.
Just people you talk, yeah, you trust and confident, yeah, I got you. All right.
And they also wanting to know what's going on with all the kids.
I just never met an adult that said they had a foster parent. That was kind of, that's a new one on me.
I guess I've known them for a really long time.
Just call them parents. I don't know.
I call them, I call them actually mom and pops, but
Okay.
but if I say that, people are like, biologically parents, or and I'm like.
All right, cool. Did you know Pedro before you came here?
Mhm.
You did. How did you know Pedro?
Through friends and family.
Okay. Mutual friends with Pedro? Okay. So how long have you known Pedro?
I can't give you a
Best guess.
Going on 2 years.
2 years?
Mhm.
Okay.
Maybe 3. I don't know. It's been a while. He's been taking up for kids as father. And he's basically their father because they call him dad, and
Okay.
because they're my kids' biological father since day one has not been in the picture.
Okay.
They don't care. And I said if anything was to happen, or if something was like to happen to me, like say I was in a car accident or something, or my health got to the point where I died, you know. I said, say, because I said I have neuropathy, say something happens where I end up dying, would you be able to take your son? They're 2 different people. I said, would you be able to take your son to go with them? And they said, I don't want nothing to do with that kid, and blah, 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 blah. And
Yeah, I think you told me about that. But Pedro's been good for him, takes care of him. Oh, that's good.
he treats them as if they were his own kids, and he has kids in El Salvador.
Oh, he does? Okay. So,
And one in Maryland and one in, he has 2 in El Salvador, 1 in Maryland, 1 I think it's New York or California. I just can't remember which.
okay.
But I know he has a family in Houston,
Alright.
so.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you some questions, okay? Last night, where were you guys at last night? You as a family, you, Pedro, and the boys, where were y'all?
We were at Mom and Pop's finishing up their house
Where's that at?
in Panama City.
Okay.
You know,
So,
insurance company and everything else.
What time did you leave Panama City?
In December 2019 in Tallahassee, Florida, authorities responded to a distress call from a residential home. Inside, they found 2 young children unresponsive in a sealed room. Nothing looked immediately violent, but something about the environment felt off. The air was described as unusually hot and trapped, as if it had nowhere to escape.
I think it was around 11:30ish, 12 a.m.
Okay. And you left with Pedro and the 2 boys.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And Kitty,
Who was Kitty?
the kitty cat.
Kitty cat. I got you. All right. So
Princess.
y'all drove straight here to Tallahassee.
Mm-hmm.
And what time did y'all get here?
When we came inside, the clocks said that's in the living room area said 2 something.
Okay. And when you guys got home, what did y'all do next? What did everybody do?
He went to the bathroom to go take a shower because he was filled with insulation and everything. I changed kids, made bottles, got everybody to sleep, but Julio decided to come back out to the living room and sleep on the sofa because Princess was on the sofa.
Who was
cat.
Princess the cat? Okay. Where do the boys normally sleep?
Normally Julio sleeps in his room, but since we're cleaning it, I've let him just sleep on the sofa. And when he sleeps on the sofa, I sleep on the sofa. So there's somebody out there with him. And Alex, the baby, sleeps normally with us for time being. We have a co-sleeper, and then we do other stuff as well, like we're the
So
playpen.
you said Alex normally sleeps with us. What does that mean? On the
Me and
couch or in the bedroom? Where?
Pedro slept in the bedroom last night, so Alex slept with him.
In the same bed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so you slept on the couch with Julio. Okay. All right. What time did what time did Pedro go to sleep last night?
I have no idea. I don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember how long he was up after he took a shower?
Not that long.
Okay. So he probably went to bed probably about 3 o'clock, you think?
Maybe. Yeah.
All right.
We all went to bed around the same time.
Y'all went to bed around the same time.
Everybody went.
But
I
Julio and
take my
Pedro were in
medication.
the main, like if I walk into your house,
Like
the
the back
bedroom on the
door.
right, that's where you and Pedro slept?
You mean the front where I was telling you? Because where we were at, where the red car is the back. The Expedition.
No, what I'm saying is,
If
the
you
sleeping
were to
arrangements in the house is what I'm trying to figure out.
okay, so if you were to
So
come
if I walk
from
in the front door,
front door is
the
on the
room to
other
the-
side, where the Jeep is. If you were to come in the front side, the bathroom will be in front of you. That room right there on the right.
okay, see that's where you and Pedro, that's your room, so
Uh-huh.
to speak. Okay. So Pedro and Julio were in there sleeping
No,
together.
Alex.
Alex was sleeping there. And then you
And
and
Julio
Julio were
was
sleeping on the couch.
Yes, Julio was on the brown sofa, the one that's by the other door, and I was on the black beside him.
Okay.
And
Alright.
the cat was literally right between us.
Okay. And you all went to bed about the same time.
Everybody went to bed at the same time.
All right. So what time did everybody get up this morning?
The kids got up earlier. Pedro was still asleep. Kids got up earlier. I moved Alex.
What time did the kids get up, you think?
It was around 7-ish. They got up earlier. I moved them all to the back room, took out the space heater, electric space heater.
All right, so just a second. Kids got up at 7 o'clock. I'm guessing you got up with them.
Mhm.
Were you up first or were they up first?
Julio was up first, then Alex was up, then I was up. Oh, no,
But
sorry. Julio, me, then Alex, because I had to change diapers
Okay.
and everything.
But for the most part, all 3 of you guys were up around 7 o'clock this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so what happened after everybody got up this morning at 7?
I changed diapers and let them play in the room that they were in with the space heater.
Okay.
But I took the space heater out, and I put it in the hallway by the black sofa.
Investigators later confirmed that a space heater had been running inside a closed room for an extended period. Even after the door was opened, the heat remained dangerously intense. One child survived, but the younger child did not.
What were they playing with in the bedroom? Because there wasn't really much in there.
The stroller and the papers and everything. Julio likes to play school.
Okay. Why was a stroller in there?
Because they like playing with it. They like pushing it because Alex just learned how to walk. And that's what I was going to tell you. The last time I was in there 10 minutes beforehand, they were both pushing it together. Because Casper kept calling me like, Mommy, Mommy, look, Mommy, Mommy. And I'm like, what? What's going on? Baby. And I'm like,
So Julio was pushing Alex in the
no,
stroller.
no, they were both walking.
They were both walking it?
Yeah, and I'm like, because I haven't seen Alex walk with anything yet, so
Okay.
I've seen him stand up with stuff.
Have you ever put Alex in the walker stroller to sleep, when you come home at night? I mean,
Casper likes to sleep in there sometimes. But then once I see that he's completely out for the count, I go ahead and move him where he needs to be at.
Is the stroller normally in that bedroom?
That's like our storage bedroom, so yeah.
Okay, so you'll never leave it outside?
Yeah.
All right. So they're playing in the bedroom, and you know everybody gets up 7 o'clock. They're playing in the bedroom, and
And I'm checking on them.
you're checking on them. What is Pedro doing?
He's asleep, and then I ended up waking him up later on.
Do you remember what time that was?
Around 8:39, I think it was. I didn't pay attention to time, but. And what I did was I made coffee for us. Heated up some pupusas for him, made some food for me. He went back to the bathroom to use the bathroom, so I went to go check on the kids, see what they were doing. They were horsing around, laughing, and everything else
Where were they at?
in that same room.
Same room? Okay.
They wouldn't come out, and I had the door open for them to come out if they wanted to.
Okay.
They know how to. Alex crawls and comes out when he wants to. Casper, he'll run out, you know. If it was up to Julio, he'll run out butterball naked if he wanted to. He likes running around the house butterball naked.
Okay.
So now I tell him, that's a no-no. You're not supposed to do that. Because what if mommy has guests or daddy has guests? You're not supposed to run around the house butt naked.
Okay.
But
All right,
that could
so
just be like
Pedro
you
gets
said,
up at,
the boy thing. but
okay, yeah. Pedro gets up at 9 o'clock. You make breakfast for Pedro
and everybody
and
else.
everybody else. Okay.
Because the food I made for me, I feed to the kids as well.
What did you make for them?
We all had off the same plate. It was chicken, what is that? Broccoli, and I put some cheese on it, green beans, and I had some bread for myself. They don't need the bread.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had oatmeal.
Okay.
And oatmeal was more for Alex because he doesn't do some things. And
All right.
Julio was wanted to eat it, but then they went back to the room and because I let them down because they looked like they were full. Their stomach looked like it was about to explode at the
Yeah.
time. So I was like, oh, they're full. They're not wanting anymore because Alex is like, telling me, that he doesn't eat no more. And I'm like, here. He's like, Casper,
Mm-hmm.
y'all want more food? Alex, Julio just runs to the other room again.
Okay. So after breakfast was made, what did y'all do next?
I ended up getting on the phone with the insurance company. Pedro got a call from El Salvador. So I was by the bathroom talking, and I heard him coming in talking on the phone. His one speaker, obviously mine was on speaker. So, because I know when two phones are on speaker and they're by each other, there's going to be some interference. So what I did was I stepped outside in the front. And I told him briefly before I stepped outside, please go check on the kids. I checked on them 10 minutes ago. All I hear after that is, Brittany, Brittany, Brittany. So I'm coming around inside thinking that they're fighting with the cat or somebody's fighting with the cat or something's happening. So obviously something's happening. So I come in, and I was also smoking a cigarette at the time, a little short that I had. And I came in with the cigarette because I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And he's like, the kids, go see the kids, da, 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 da. I'm on the front, I need something, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, I'll go see what's going on. I'm like, can you just take this thing? Because I can't go in the room with the kids with this in my hand. He just burst it out of my hand saying, fuck that cigarette, you know? And I'm like, can you please turn it off? Are you fucking kidding me? Can you turn it off or throw it outside, do something? Don't throw it in the fucking floor in the fucking living room. Like, the fuck? And I ran to go see the kids, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna need your help. And he came back in, he's like, because I'm looking at the kids, I'm like, Julio was on his back. Alex was like on his side a little bit, like almost side his stomach. But obviously his face was in a point where he could breathe. He ended up grabbing Julio first and over the shoulder like this. I picked up Alex, same way. He was too busy. Casper, Casper, Casper. And I'm like, go do cold water. Cold water would get them out of that shock mode, and then we need to get rubbing alcohol for them to smell. We couldn't find the rubbing alcohol. So I ran to the sink in the kitchen, did Alex, nothing was, so I was like, I need to do CPR on him. I even checked here, because I couldn't hear, because I was freaking out. My asthma was acting up. I was like, I'm not going to be able to hear his breathing if he's breathing. So I obviously checked pulse. He had a pulse. I checked up here.
Was it a strong pulse?
It was a normal, I guess, normal, almost faint. When I did it here, but when I did it here, it was a little bit stronger.
Brittany Delgado and her boyfriend, Pedro Ramirez Alvarado, were identified as the last adults responsible for the children. When questioned, their responses showed no visible panic. Instead, they remained unusually calm, something investigators immediately found difficult to ignore.
So I was like, he's alive. I just need to go do CPR somehow. But obviously, I'm not gonna hardcore a 1-year-old, you know. So I was
What do
doing
you mean? What does that mean?
like I would do CPR on you
Uh-huh.
if I needed to. The whole
Yeah,
like that type.
yeah.
I know I'm gonna have to use either this or this to.
Okay,
I know that's what needs to be done,
okay,
but I'm not gonna. Like I'll wait till an adult
all right.
on the chest. So I was doing that in the room. I had him on the back after I had did the water and everything. I went to the room, laid him on our bed, and was doing that.
With chest compressions?
Yeah,
Okay.
with some little bit of air, because I learned, when you live in Maryland, D.C., Virginia, you learn CPR in school, in elementary school. And then the Heimlich maneuver you learned as well. So I learned this at a young age. So I know.
So you're trying to revive Alex? Okay.
And then once Pedro kept screaming my name, so I had to pick Alex up, and I was still doing, but I had him at an angle that he was at least flat, but he's not gonna fall, you know. And Pedro is a dumbass, and I'm doing the chest compressions while I'm holding them, so that way he's not gonna. What I'm doing is not gonna fuck up. Pedro is trying to do CPR on Julio, but like this. And I'm like, take him to the room and do it. Are you that stupid? Like.
So you stopped resuscitating Alex to go tell Pedro? to
No,
do something
I was still resuscitating with Alex.
different? Okay. How were you doing that on the phone with 911? You had it in your bra?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I called in the room as well. When he kept screaming my name, I put the phone right here and ran with Alex in my arms, and I said, you need to figure out how to do it, and you're doing that wrong. I told him, you're doing that wrong. You need to go to the room on the bed like I was. That's when 911 told me, go outside with them, get fresh air with them. And then out of nowhere, they're like, lay them on the ground. And I'm like, it wasn't clicking to me at the moment. I was like, I was lay them on the ground, because I didn't figure that, oh, maybe you guys are here yet, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why they told me to put the kids on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, it didn't click right away until I turned around and I saw one of the sheriff cars.
Okay. So.
It didn't click right. It didn't click right.
All right.
It should. I mean, that
So-
happens.
So, just make sure I understand everything. I'm just going to hit some of the highlights, okay? Then I'm going to ask some questions to clarify. So you got up around 7, everybody got up, you made breakfast, Pedro got up around maybe about 9 o'clock. The boys were playing in the end room down there where the stroller was. About 9 o'clock you made breakfast for everybody after Pedro got up. And then at that point, you got on the phone with the insurance company. Pedro was on the phone with family in El Salvador. Now, Pedro, where was he on the phone the whole
At
time?
first, he was in the living room, and then because I was in the living room and moved towards the bathroom, he stepped out the back door.
So he's in the back door on the phone.
Yeah,
you,
and I
you
went.
still in the house?
I was still in the house.
Where were you in the house?
I was, and at that point, I came towards the kitchen, like where the stove is,
Mm-hmm.
and I stood there, and then I went to go check on the kids, and they were fine. So
What were they doing when they checked on them?
when I checked on them, that was like 5 minutes before him. So
What were they? What
that
were
was
the
like
boys
15
doing?
minutes. They were sitting there playing still. They were acting normal.
Okay. What was the temperature in the room like?
To me, it felt a little warm, but I didn't feel like it was to the point where like they could pass out or I could pass out, anybody could pass out. I felt like it was okay.
Was the door open or closed when you went to the room to check on them?
It was wide open. They had a little toy prop in it.
Okay. Was the heater on?
When I went in there and looked to see it, the thing was off.
The dial was off?
Yeah, the dial was up towards off.
Okay.
And
Was
so
it plugged in?
It was plugged in, but and I was like, I put my phone like this, and I was like, Julio, I told you to leave that alone, so I unplugged it and put it back in the hallway, where I always put it.
Okay.
I've done this so many times today, like, from the first time to the last time I was.
So you're saying Julio messed with the heater all day today?
Mm-hmm.
and he continued to do what? Pick it up from where you took it?
And put it back and connect.
So you're saying, and Julio's what, 3.5 years old?
He's about to be
About to be
4.
4 on the 18th, right?
Mhm.
So you saying he has the dexterity to plug it into an outlet and take it out?
The outlet is where he was plugging it up at. It's literally both of the outlets in that room or down here.
Well, that's one thing, but I'm saying
He knows
it
how
takes,
to.
it takes a little bit of dexterity to get a
He
plug in there if you.
He
know, for a
knows how
little
to
kid.
do it because he had it even at a younger age. I let him use a phone, and he saw me. Kids pick up quickly nowadays. He saw me putting in, but it does take him a few tries to get it in. But he does get it in.
So you've seen him be successful with plugging the heater in.
I've seen him
Okay.
even plug up a charger. You could tell him, Julio, plug up my charger for me,
Okay.
even though you're not supposed to tell
All
me to do that.
So you went back in the room.
And
They're
he's
in there
took it out.
playing. The heater's on.
I put the child
You put a child cover on the.
on some of a lot of places, and
Did you put it on in that room
today, yes, and he's
before the incident?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he always takes them out, and I don't know how this kid takes those plugs out. I don't know if it's him. I don't know if
were those covers on all the outlets in that bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
They were?
They're on all the outlets in the house normally. And the only time we take them off is if, say for example...
If you're going to use it, obviously.
Yeah, and then after we're done using it, we put it back on.
So what you're telling me is in that bedroom where they were found when you had the medical emergency with them, okay, you're saying there were covers on all those outlets before the heater was plugged in?
Yeah, before the whole incident happened, I kept plugging the thing back in because when I put in the heater was I put it in last night when we came back home because the room was kind of chilly. So I took out the bottom. I took out the bottom one and put it on the floor, right by the right.
Last night.
Mhm.
Because you plugged the heater in.
And then this morning, throughout the night and everything else, I've been taking out heater, plug, and cover.
So all day today,
I've been doing
you've
the
been
same thing.
pulling the plug out, putting the cover back on, and moving the heater out of the room. You've done it all. How many times would you say you did that today?
For me, it feels like 20.
Okay.
Just Julio's Mr. Houdini.
All right. So back to the phone calls. Pedro's on the phone outside. You're on the phone inside. You go in there and check on them. The heater's plugged in. You unplug it, pull it out, put it in the hallway. And then what happens next? And you're still on the phone call?
Yeah, I'm still on the phone call while I'm doing all this.
How long were you on the phone call altogether?
I was probably on the phone call for maybe like 5 to 10 minutes.
Do you think it could have been longer than 10 minutes, possibly?
Don't know, but while I was on the phone the whole time, I was checking on them.
Okay. Do you have you have your phone on you, right?
They took it.
Oh, they took it? Okay. I'll check and see. Maybe we get an idea how long you're on the phone. Okay, so you're on the phone. Pedro's out back. And
while we were trying to get the kids out, I told the insurance company, I need to call you back. An emergency happened, I need to call 911.
So while you're on the phone with the insurance company, Pedro comes inside and goes in, and because you tell him to check on the kids, right? That's what you said earlier. And then that's when Pedro calls for you.
Starts freaking out.
All right, and then y'all start doing
Everything else.
until help.
And then I had to hang up. I was trying to hang up with the insurance people
and
and call 911 at the same time and resuscitate, in which,
all right.
that doing all that at one time
Yeah.
is going to be trouble. But
Yeah, that you juggled a lot right there, man. That's stressful. Yeah, that's a lot on you, man. Good for you. I'm glad you were able to do that.
I tried the best I could.
Yeah, I understand. That's a worst case scenario for any parent, you know.
And people call me Supermom.
They call you Supermom. Oh, okay.
Because normally I'm juggling the kids and everything else, so.
Yeah. All right. So let me ask you a question. When you picked up Alex, was his eyes open or closed?
Open.
Okay. Was his mouth open or closed?
It was open.
Okay. Was he on his back or was he on his front when he was on the ground?
It was like side-ish back.
On the side.
Side-ish back. It was like side-ish back. So
Okay.
I don't know how to phrase it.
Where was he laying in relation to Julio? Were they close or separate?
They were close to each other.
Okay. So were their heads at the same size of the bodies, or like both of them laying like side by side like this, or was his head down by Julio's feet?
It was like, say this is Julio's head.
Yeah.
Alex's head.
Tell you what, you want to draw me a little thing?
Yeah.
Draw me where everybody was.
And it was basically how they AMT put them as well. Yeah, that's how.
Well, yeah, just tell me what.
If, say this is
Where
the
everybody
room, like the
yeah, draw
the
a box. Just draw a box of the bedroom.
Let's see. I'm gonna do this door. I know that's not as accurate, but okay. So this is window.
I'm concerned about the bedroom right now.
Yeah, that's
So
the window. And
okay, this is the
room.
bedroom. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
I'm not.
That's all right.
Don't judge.
No,
my,
you
don't judge my art.
You're drawing a rectangle. I said she's trying to draw the trailer. So no.
Stop judging my art, dude. Okay, let's see. So obviously this is a door. That's the window.
Okay.
This is Julio.
Okay, put a J next to Julio when you finish drawing him. There you go. All right, where was Alexis?
He was right here, but he had one hand on Julio's head and one hand right here, like down.
Okay, where was the space heater?
There was no forced entry. No immediate emergency call at the critical moment. Only a timeline reconstructed through temperature readings, room conditions, and medical findings. And slowly, the physical evidence began to contradict the explanation being given.